Good morning, all. Welcome to JavaFX. Today we shall introduce a new technology we call that is called JavaFX. Actually, we have already discussed the theories behind JavaFX. Here we are going to introduce how a programmer, developer writes a simple, program about JavaFX. We've already explained formally that JavaFX is it's another way of writing Java GUI application. If you want to come up with a development of GUI application, then you have two ways of doing it. It's either you use the first and the oldest method or API, which is called uh, Swing Up, or you pick the JavaFX, which is the latest one. Swing Up has been the actual API used for the development since when uh, GUI development is being introduced in Java. So we may call it the old technology, the old tech, or the old API for uh, Swing Up development. And also the the JavaFX is the newer technology for the web development, where in our theory class we discussed that JavaFX started in the year 2007, and it was launched in 2008, and it becomes part of the JDK 8. And we had already mentioned that in 2010, in 2010, JavaFX was already purchased from a company. It was purchased by Sun Microsystem, and by 2013 it becomes open sourced. So you see, JavaFX started long ago, some years back, and it is now the standard of GUI applications in Java. Actually, we have discussed this theory. There are books given already. We've supplied you with books. You can go through it and try to understand the theory behind it. But today we want to introduce a kind of uh, okay, my video is working. It's going on. Is it really working? Right. So now let's see how we're going to create a kind of program in JavaFX. A simple program. First of all, we've already created a project. You right click the project and click on new class, and then let's give it click me as we have done the other time. Click me class, for example, or click me app. Okay, we need main method.
Yes.
Yeah, we need main method.
Yes.
So then you finish. Alright, so this is our ordinary class. This is our class. End of the class. And this is, you say? Okay, thank you. End of the what? End of the main. So this is where you write your stuff. The first thing you need to understand is that JavaFX extends application and not extends different as we've been doing in Swing. So you now see extend application. Immediately if this is written and if you do not actually integrate JavaFX in your project, there's going to be an error. But if it is integrated, there will be no error on the application. Of course, this error message tells you that you need an unimplemented method, which is called the start method. When you click, it gives you the start method like this. But you try to understand what we're doing. Since there's a video, you need to understand. So now start method is being introduced, and it is an unimplemented. You need to override it. End of the what? The start method. Okay. So let's go to Doglaw. Doglaw wrote this program such that whenever you click on it, it tells you that I'm clicked. If you click again, it tells you click me. This is what we want to implement, for example. So, sorry. Now, I want us to go through what Doglaw explains regarding the program. Like any Java program, JavaFX program begins with series of import statements that reference the various JavaFX packages that the program will use, and this is true. If you check our source code, JavaFX also start with what? Some imports. These are libraries, they are APIs we are going to be using in our program, right?
Yes.
So these are some inputs. Like if you take, for example, the JavaFX application, this is an import. So as you can see, all JavaFX packages with JavaFX, the ClickMe program uses classes from 5 distinct JavaFX classes and packages. The JavaFX application, the JavaFX stage, the JavaFX scene, the JavaFX scene layout, and the JavaFX scene control. These are the 5 different packages used by the JavaFX application. And each and every one of it has its own role to play. The application, this defines the core class on which all JavaFX applications depend. The JavaFX application has the core class that the JavaFX or classes depends upon. I don't want to go into details of this. Maybe with time we'll explain more. JavaFX stage, the most important class in this package is the stage class, which defines the top layer container for all user interface objects. The stage is the top layer container. It is like your panel in what? In Swing. You read more about application, okay, here, which is all application user interface element, everything, all controls are on it. The JavaFX scene, the most important class in this package is the scene class, which is the container that holds all the interface elements displayed by the program. Okay, so the scene is on the stage. The scene contains the controls, and then you paste the scene on what? on the stage. And then we have layout. This package defines special type of user interface element called layout manager. We all know layout manager even in Swing. The job of layout manager is to determine the position, of course, position of each control display in the user interface. Control means components you are placing on the user interface. If you take, for example, button, it's a display, it's a control. All right. If you take on the text field, it's a control. All that. So where do you want the text field to be? You see here, we did not specify anything for the text field. We didn't specify. We only put it, and since it is the only one, it tends to be at the center. Then the control. The package contains the classes that defines individual user interface controls, such as buttons, text boxes. You see, these are controls, levels, and the rest. So the first thing you do if you want to create JavaFX is you extend the class. As we say, click me, extend. You have to extend it to what? The application, which is the JavaFX application class. As we have done it here, we need to extend it. You say extends application instead of extends JFrame in Swing. And this, I hope you understand the meaning of extends. This is what we call inheritance, right?
Yes, sir.
It is an inheritance because the application, this application, it's a window-like, component. So if you want to get something like that, you extend it to your user application, and it gives you, properties of all properties of application as a built-in class. Then it gives you in your user class, and you can make use of all properties without having any problem. That's why when you say public class click me extends JavaFX application. So then you short it to application, since you are going to do kind of importation of the packages of JavaFX application. And the application class is responsible for managing what is the lifecycle of the JavaFX application. This lifecycle consists of the following: create an instance, call the init method, call the start method, wait for the application to end, call the stop method, and all that. This is lifecycle of the JavaFX. Lifecycle talks about when an object is being created, how it lives, and how it comes to an end. Let's go to where I'm having interesting. This is a main method. This is a main method, as it is here. So if you want to call JavaFX into function, you need to launch what we call this apps. You need to launch it, the argument. You can see the main method consists of just statement, a call to the application's launch method. You see here, this is very paramount. In Java Swing here, we call the object of the class. So here, what we do here is to launch the what? We launch the apps. You now see apps. Sorry. Whatever that is here, you call it. Okay?
Yes.
So here, if you see, okay, the launch method is what actually start JavaFX app. Please, mark this. This is one basic, information you need to understand. The launch method is what actually start a JavaFX app. What start a JavaFX app? Application? The launch method. Which is the launch method? This.
Yes.
This is a method. Since you see this open close bracket, and then you give it a parameter, which is the args given in the main method, the parameter of the main method. So by the time, if really this starts JavaFX, of course it has to be in the main method. Why? Because Java applications start running from where? Java apps start running from where?
From the method.
From main method. So the launch method is a static method, so it can be called the static content of the main method. It is a static method. That's why we can call it without creating any object. It creates an instance of the application class and then starts the JavaFX lifecycle, calling the init and start method, waiting for the application to finish, and then calling the stop method. So the most important thing here, by the time you launch your program, when you run it, this launch method will call the start method, the unimplemented method, and then from there, when it calls this start method, then your application starts. Right? So here, all right, it calls three things here. It calls the init method, that is the initialization method. It calls the start method, and it calls the what? The stop method. That is the end portion of it. Now, in the stage, this is what was written. You create button, and then you finalize by showing the what? The button. Let us do something here. This is the portion where you are going to show the scene. If the scene contains no controls, the controls are inserted here on the what? On the pen. This is our control. You insert it on the pen, that is the border pen, and then after inserting it, you then insert pen on its own, pen itself. You insert it on scene, and after inserting pen on scene, then you show the pen on stage, right?
Yes.
So let's start. Let's do something here. Let's show the stage down here without doing all those things. Show the what? The stage. Or showing the stage. Here, let me make it stage small letter of stage. Okay, so if I call the stage and I did not create scene, all right, I did not create scene. Okay, so let me just give it title and call it state dot what? Set title.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay, let's run our application. Can you see what happened?
sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Why? This is because the stage, we talk about stage, scene, and what? And the start method. We said that stage is the topmost container, right?
Yes.
While scene is the container that contains all controls. It's like when you have JFrame and panel. JFrame is the topmost container, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Panel is the what? That's in swing. Panel is the container that in which other controls are being placed on. So if you do this, that means we only have like JFrame. This is a window without what? It's a window without any control.
Any control? Yes, sir.
Are we there?
Yes, sir.
So maybe we want to place text field. Okay? If you want to place text field, let's come to here. Or let's do same program as it is here. Let's repeat it because it's almost time. The first thing you need to do is to create what we want, and then you initialize it within the start method, and then you call the action, then you do that of pen. What we wanted, please come over here, come up here. We want to have a button, right? Let me say btn OK. Button. You see, this is a control, right?
Yes, sir.
So it tells you that you have to import a control, a scene, a control which is a part of scene. Okay, you know all controls are placed where? They're all placed on scene.
Yes, sir.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
So I've imported the button as a control here. So now button has been declared here. This is just a declaration. It's a declaration of a given control. If you have another control, you declare it here. Then this button, you need to initialize it where? Inside the start method, because that's what gets called whenever you run the application. The launch method will call the X, and it will start what? It will call the start method, it will call the init method, and it will call the what? The start method, the init method, and 3 methods, right? I forgot the third one. They say the start method, init method, and finish method. Thank you. That's the end. Yes. So now you now say equals to new. So here, what have you done, please? So the btn OK. Now we need to set some text on it. Dot set what?
Text.
Dot set text. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Dot set text. Let's say, please click me. You can write anything. So I want situation whereby when somebody clicks it,
Yes, sir.
it changes. So we need to give it an action listener, which uses what? The lambda operation. So you need to set on action. The btn OK.set action. The set on action. Okay. What do we want to set? This lambda operation. A dash another given method.
Yes, sir.
Lambda operation. So you give it, let's say, click me method, for example. The click me method. Can you see it has given it a red line?
Yes, sir.
Telling you that it doesn't know this click me method. But if you say it should create for you, it's going to create a private method for you. So what you do is bring this down here and create a different method for it after the start method. You now say public. Okay, let it be a void method. We know difference between void and non-void. So here you end it. End of the what? End of the method. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So this is where you write your functionalities. You see, JavaFX is very much simple. It's easier than Swing, because Swing has lot of difficulties there. Are we there? Can you see that the error message is gone?
Yes, sir.
But one thing is, we haven't created this button on a given a panel. So we need to have a border panel or any other panel. Sorry, a pen, not only border pen, a layout pen. We are going to discuss these layout managers later. So we need to have a layout pen where we put our control. Then we then put the control inside a scene, and then we put scene in. We then call the scene on a stage, and then we see scene on stage. Stage will be executed and it will be called. So let's do this border pen. Let's set a layout manager. Continue. Border pen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then if you click on this error message it talks about, it tells you need to import a border pen, a layout manager, which belongs to JavaFX.scene.
Yes, sir.
So we have done that. Then you add your pen on the, you add your button on the pen. There we say panel.add. All right, .add. So here we are setting the button on the what? We are setting the button on the pen. So you now say pen.set center what? The btn one. No, we are not adding here. You just set. So when you set it on the you set the button on the pen. Now this pen contains what? The pen contains what, please? The pen contains the button, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Where is the button? It's on the pen. So if I want to use the pen, if I want to use the button,
Yes, sir.
which do I use?
Okay.
I use the pen. Thank you. So then you create scene. You create scene now. This is how you create scene. You add layout pen to the what? To a scene. You create the object of the scene and add your layout on it. Add the layout pen on the what?
On the scene.
On the scene. So here you now see scene. This is the object scene. Equals new scene. So this also, it complains about the import of what? JavaFX.scene. Then by the time you have done this, okay, of course we need the dimension of the what? The window, the rows and columns, or columns and rows. This is the column and this is the row, and then we add our pen here. So we add the pen first of all, pen, then we give number of columns. Let's say we need 400 columns, and then we need, let's say, 300 rows. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
So we're done with this part. Now, while showing it, here we did not show anything. Even if you run it as it is now, it's not going to display any button for you. Why? You can tell us, President? This is because we have not added scene on what? On the stage.
On the stage.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we haven't added scene on the stage.
We have to introduce.
So you need to do that. You need to add what? Scene on what? On the stage. So you call your stage and set your scene. Stage dot what? Dot set. Dot set what?
Scene.
Dot set scene. Then you call that scene object. So now when you run, can you see it is on it, but it is dormant. If you click, it does nothing. I'm clicking, but nothing is happening. So let's try. By the time you click, it tells you thank you, right? So how do we do that? So we come to the event handling portion. This button, this method, I mean, you come to it and handle it. How? How do you handle it?
Using this statement.
You now say if this button, so get text dot equals, please use dot equals. If it equals what? This is what we have set the text, right? Please copy it directly. If it equals click me, then what do? You set it what? Thank you. Any other thing? BTN OK does set text what?
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's try. If you click, can you see? Thank you. That means you have clicked it.
Yes, sir.
But if you click again, nothing happens. Yeah. So we want it to be a kind of toggle. Yes, so that when I click again, it tells me that yes, I've been clicked or something like that. Yes. So if you want to do that, you have to give the else portion of this. Let me say, otherwise, it should say what? Goodbye. The set text. Goodbye. Know how to write goodbye? Huh?
In that place, if you write something like good night, you can.
Yes, now it will work. You try that when you are doing your own. If you click, it tells you thank you. If you click again, goodbye. Because that's the end of it. If you click, then it will stop at goodbye. It will then you now say, then it will not be else if. It will not be else. Because else is the default, the last else. So this now will be something like this. You understand what you mean? You want us to have like 3 different options. You now say else if btn OK, btn OK that get text, dot equals ignore case, if it is please click me, right? Then you set it as what? You know, when I click for the first time, it tells me thank you, right?
Yes, sir.
When I click thank you, okay, so if no, not goodbye, if it is okay, it tells me what? Goodbye. Then else, now else I will set it to say what? Please click me. So you see it will go round. Otherwise it will not work the way you want it. So you can continue. Thank you, goodbye, please click me. Thank you, goodbye, please click me. Thank you, goodbye, please click me. Right?
Yes, sir.
So that's how it continues. So I want you to organize your own as a different write-ups,
Yes, sir.
different write-up, okay? And I want it in three different ways. I hope this is actually JavaFX is very much easy, simple. The functionalities and the codes are not much. If it is swing, surely it's going to be three times of this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like and share. So we shall see other parts of this JavaFX that enables us to do kind of many many things, many controls on the window and things like that. Thank you.